Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Dave and this is Stoke City 101. In this video we're going to be running through my predicted starting 11 for the away trip to Southampton. So, hopefully you're going to agree with this. You might not, but this is going to be my starting 11 for the game against Southampton. Now we're going to start with in goal. Now come on, there's only one choice really we're going to start with in goal. He played against France in the week, and that is Jack Butland. So, Butland is going to start in goal, obviously because he's on number one. He's got to start in goal. He saved us so many points in the start of the season. He saved us so many points. Without him, we would be in a worse off position. So obviously, Butland's going to start in goal. Now, moving on to left back. Again, there's only one man for this. He's been consistent all season. I feel he's a bit of an unsung hero amongst Stoke fans. I don't know whether you agree with that, but that is, obviously, you all know, it's Erik Pieters. He's going to start at left back. Got called up to the Dutch side, actually, in the week. I don't know whether he played. I'm unsure whether he played, but him and Ibrahim Afellay got called up to the Dutch side. One I was kind of surprised with, but obviously Pieters I expected to get into the Dutch side. So obviously he's going to start at left back. Moving into our two defensive pairings, we've got our first one, which is our normal captain, Ryan Shawcross. He's going to start as the captain. We're going to put him on Pella, hopefully, and try and keep Pella out of the game. And I feel that Shawcross, now that we've got him back in the team, our defence is just so much stronger. And now that he's back in that central partnership, we can try and kick on and keep our defensive record a bit better. Now, who's going to partner him? That is the question. We've got multiple choices who can partner him. Geoff Cameron is back at the moment, but I don't think I would start him as a defender anymore. I don't feel that central defence is really his position now that Shawcross is back. Obviously we've got Phillip Walsh, Mark Muniz is out injured now, and we've also got Mark Wilson, who played quite well in the qualifiers with Ireland, so we're going to see whether he will get into the game. But personally for me, it's going to be the big German, Phillip Walsh, or Wally as I put on there, just to shorten it a bit. But Phillip Walsh, he's been very good this season. Since he's come in, I haven't normally rated him, but this season, I feel he's something different. He's something else. He's stepped up his game since he's moved personally to the Britannia, and I feel now he's here permanently and he's settled in, he's going to be a quality signing for us, and he could even be better than Hoof. Now that is a big claim, but he could be better than Hoof. I'm not really sure at the moment because he hasn't played as many games, but if he starts scoring the goals like Hoof did and he starts keeping the clean sheets again, I feel that he could be a long-standing partnership between him and Shawcross in the centre of defence. Now, right back is someone who played fantastically well against Chelsea last time out, and that is Glen Johnson. Fantastic against Chelsea, Glen Johnson. Amazing. That cross he put in for the goal, brilliant. That's exactly what I want to see from our fullbacks. I want them attacking, putting balls in. He was even in the box trying to get a goal. That's what I want from our fullbacks. And Glen Johnson is the perfect man for that. He got a lot of stick at Liverpool, but since he's moved to the Potteries, he's been fantastic. And I don't think anyone expected him to play this well when he moved to Stoke, because he's 30 now, he's getting on a bit. But he's bringing that experience that we need to the fullback position. He's bringing that attacking threat as well that we didn't really have with players like Phil Bardsley and maybe even Geoff Cameron. He didn't attack that much. So Johnson is bringing something else. That's an X factor to the fullback position, and I feel that that could be his position for a couple of seasons in the future, and maybe even till the end of his career. I don't know, but he would easily slot in for my team against Southampton. Now, moving on to midfield, I'm going to put my two defensive midfielders on the board now, and then I'll talk about them both in a second. So, I'm going to go with, firstly, sitting in front of the back four, Glenn Whelan. Amazing, but I'll get onto him in a minute. And then I would put alongside him Geoff Cameron. Now, obviously, I know a lot of Stoke fans aren't going to like that opinion, but Glenn Whelan obviously has to start. even in the week with Ireland, he was fantastic. And just this season, last season, he's been consistent the whole way through the season. He's been fantastic. Now, I never normally rated Glenn Whelan. A lot of my friends know that I never normally rated Glenn Whelan, but in the last couple of seasons, since Mark Hughes has come in, he's really stepped up his game and he's really improved for me. So he easily gets that position every week in front of the back four. Now, Geoff Cameron is someone that not a lot of people would put into that central midfield role. A lot of people would go with probably Charlie Adam or Marco van Ginkel, who we have got on the bench, but since the start of the season hasn't really done much for us. But Geoff Cameron, he came on against Chelsea. Now, I feel he's a very solid player in the centre of the park. He wins the ball a lot, and that's what we need from our centre mid. When we're going to places like Southampton, who like to keep the ball a lot, we need someone that's going to win the ball, as well as Glenn Whelan. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but he doesn't all the time. And I feel that Geoff Cameron could be there just to win the ball all the time and spray it out to our wingers a lot more. And that's what we need to be doing away at Southampton, as you saw in the preview video. We need to be doing that. So hopefully Geoff Cameron will start in that centre mid role. I don't think he will, but for me, I would play him there, and I feel that he could do a very good job. Now it's time to move on to the attackers. So I'll put all three in, again with the midfield, and then I'll talk about them in a second. So on the left, obviously, Marko Arnautovic. Into the middle would go Bojan. And on the right, Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, we'll start with Arnie. Arguably the best player this season, in my opinion. He is the player of the season so far. He's won us a lot of points. He won us that game against Chelsea with a fantastic bicycle kick. And he's just been a different class this season. Normally it takes him a while to kick in, but this season he's just hit the ground running. Something's changed in pre-season, and he's just been fantastic all season so far. Into the middle, I will go with Bojan. Now, we could have gone Charlie Adam there, or Stephen Ireland, because we're playing away, but I would go with Bojan, because I feel now he's back from injury. He is slightly showing again what he did last season, but in the game against Chelsea, he wasn't really there. He was doing things, but you didn't really notice him. Like, he was spraying balls about to the wingers all the time, but you didn't really notice him doing much. And we want him to be that enigmatic player. We want him to do stuff. We want him to be showing his skill and think. There's a vine of him doing a skill against Leicester where he flicks it through and turns around him. Fantastic. That's what I want from him. I want him to be showing what he can do on a weekly basis, and I feel in the middle, that's his prime position. That's where he can really punish teams, and hopefully he'll start there. Now, on the right, Xherdan Shaqiri. Man of the match last time against Chelsea for me. Fantastic. I don't think he did anything wrong. He was brilliant. As I said in my preview, he had the left-back Babaraman done every single time. He didn't even have to touch the ball and he was already beaten. He was done every single time. And the ball through to Glen Johnson for that cross, oh my god, I could watch that a million times and still not get bored of it. It was fantastic. And I feel that he can rip teams apart now. He's starting to show what he can do, and he's going to rip teams apart, and that's why he's going to start on that right-hand side. Now, forwards. We've only got one striker position, and to be honest, there's only one man really for this. He showed it in the week. He showed it in the cup. This is what this is a sort of game for him. This is where he can show what he can do, and that man is Jonathan Walters. Start Walters up top because I feel he's just a workhorse. He gives 110%. You've heard this all before. You know what he can do. He's been at Stoke that long, and he's just got to start up front. He scored twice in the week for Ireland. He was fantastic in that game. So on the back of that, he's got to start up front. I would keep Geoff on the bench. I would bring him on because Bojan gets tired, so I would bring Geoff on into that number 10 role to see if he can get some pace on the field. That's what I would do. I'd still, like I said, I'd like to see Geoff on the pitch, but in this team I can't really see him because Walters has just got to start up top. So yeah, that is my team to play Southampton away. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my team, or who would you put into that team? Who would you take out? Who would you put in? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you've got any improvements for the videos or the channel in general, let me know down below also. Also, if you are new and you do enjoy the content, be sure to hit the big subscribe button down below, because that'll help me out a lot. So, until next time guys, see you then.